Hello, welcome to or back to my channel. My name is Stevie, this is Stevie Reads, and we are already back with another book haul. It hasn't been a very long time because I looked on my channel and my last book haul was like 2 months ago. And it's not a crazy haul. We have like 30 books here, but 30 books in 2 months is a little bit crazy. That's like a book every other day, but that's not how I buy them. Most of these are off of Book Outlet, so I got them really cheap. And as you can tell from my romance shelf being torn up, a lot of this is romance as well. Christmas happened, all of the end of the year sales happened with like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of that. So it's a lot of books, but I got them on really good deals. But first up, we have Malice by John Gwynne. I have heard about this series for years, the Faithful and the Fallen series. I can't remember the name of the third and fourth one, but I've heard that they are amazing. And then I also saw this author has another series that's like dragon related, which I would love to read, but going to try this one out first. Yeah, I don't know. I love adding like a big, scary, intimidating adult fantasy book on my shelves. And since I'm standing up, I can put the books away as I go. That's amazing. And now we're diving into romance. I don't even know how long until we get to a not romance book, but that's like 90% of this haul, just so you know. Next up, we have Five Brothers by Penelope Douglas. I've loved Penelope Douglas forever. I don't love her Corrupt series. I DNF'd that first book, but just like her contemporary romance, I always think is so fun and entertaining. And like I have all of her self-published version of her books. So this is the first time I bought a Penelope Douglas and it's traditionally published. So happy more people are finding her, but her books are always just so dramatic. And I have no idea what this one's about, but it's called Five Brothers and it's a Penelope Douglas book, so I feel like it's gonna be a girly and five brothers. Then we have The Striker by Ana Huang. I love Ana Huang. I haven't read all of her series yet. I've only fully completed the Twisted series, but I'm in the middle of Kings of Sin and I want to start her other one, the like If Love series. So I still have a lot of Ana Huang literally right here that I own and I still need to read, but this is her newest series and I literally couldn't help myself. I just had to get it. And then we have Passenger Princess by Morgan Elizabeth. This is actually an author that I haven't read anything from yet, but I just heard that this was a romance between a beauty pageant contestant and her bodyguard, which I've only read the bodyguard trope a couple of times, but I've loved it every single time. It just like adds this different element of forbiddenness because it's like client and somebody who's working. They're just put in these dangerous situations. And yeah, I really want to pick this one up soon. It's also just so pink and beautiful. Oh, love to see it. And then the next 5 books are all gifts that I got for Christmas from my husband, but he got me the second book in the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. I haven't read the first one yet. This is her newest release, and I just barely got caught up on all of the Chestnut Spring series, so this series is gonna get read eventually. But he also got me Off to the Races, a photo finish, The Front Runner, and A False Start, which is the Gold Rush Ranch series. I'm reading them all out of order. It doesn't really matter, but this is what I'm going to dive into next because it's her first series and I just love the new covers, so I wanted all of them for Christmas. I feel like I haven't been liking as much contemporary romance recently, but she's definitely an author I can trust. I just know that I'm gonna like her story. They're always just an entertaining cowboy romance. That shelf looks so much better now. I swear this haul is just me buying the newest release from romance authors that I already love, because we have Bespelled by Laura Thalassa. This is book 2 in her newest series. The first one is Bewitched. And have I read the book yet? No, I have not. Of course I haven't. But I just saw this on Book Outlet. Like, this is my problem, is if I am scrolling on Book Outlet and I see a book that I'm like, I'm probably gonna buy that in the future because I will read this series at one point. And if I went on Amazon, it's gonna be, you know, $17.99. But on Book Outlet, it's like $6. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's gonna be the excuse for the next little bit because this is the start of one of the Book Outlet orders. And I should have mentioned this earlier, but at the end of the video, we're doing an unboxing as well. But yeah, got the second book in a series that I haven't started yet. I love doing that, clearly. And then I got 3 LJ Shen books. I don't own any of her books, but I have read, what was it called? Now I have 3 of her books. So this one is kind of like a standalone, Truly, Madly, Deeply. It says Forbidden Love series, but I think it's all just in this book. And then we have Vicious and Ruckus, which are the first 2 in like the Sinners of Saint series, which I've heard so much about over the years, but they've always had the cover with the shirtless man on it. And these are like the new editions that Bloom is putting out. Like, Bloom keeps getting me with doing new covers of old series, especially if they have sprayed edges. The shit is just catnip to me. I honestly don't know, like, I think I just have a problem as I'm just like holding all my new Bloom editions. Like, it's just books that I've seen for years that I haven't gotten because I hated the cover. Now they have cute new covers and sprayed edges. I'm just one girl. That's my favorite excuse for everything. Like, look guys, I'm just a girl. Okay, and in that same book outlet order, I got the first 4 books in the Plated Prisoner series, but the first one is Gild, Glint, Gleam, and Glow. This is so big. Like, what do you need to say that you have to say this much? Like, oh my god. They're even heavy to hold up, but I've seen this series for a while. I've been interested in it, but I really liked those hardbacks with the gold sprayed edges, but they're like 20 bucks each. And I didn't know if I would like the series, so I never wanted to bite that bullet. But each of these little paperbacks on Book Outlet was like $5 or something, because I think I bought it on like their end of year, whatever. So Fiction was 50% off. I don't even know if I'm gonna like the series, but I just couldn't not get all of them, just in case. I do this every time. I do this literally every time and I never learn my lessons, so yeah. Okay, finally not a romance book, just like a very strange contemporary fiction, but we've got Milk Fed by Melissa Broder. I read The Pisces, I can't remember when last year, but I think it was in the summer, and this book was so fucking weird. A woman falls in love with a fish, like an actual literal fish, but the writing, oh my god, I loved this writing. So weird, like one of the weirdest books I've ever read. So saw Milk Fed on Book Outlet. I just had to do it. I don't really know the synopsis, but knowing Melissa Broder, I just want to go in 100% blind and probably be scarred for life. So I'm really looking forward to that. Next up is Evocation by S.T. Gibson. A Dowry of Blood is one of my absolute favorite books of all time. I've read it twice, and both times I was just astounded by how beautiful it is. And I read An Education in Malice, I think in November, so just a couple of months ago, and I gave it 3.5. I thought it was okay, but definitely wasn't the level of A Dowry of Blood for me. And then Evocation, this is her newest one, and I know this is going to be a series, so this is just book 1. And because I know it's a series, I don't think I'm going to read this anytime soon, at least not until the second book comes out. But yeah, I just love S.T. Gibson, so I was going to pick it up no matter what. And the naked hardback is so beautiful. I don't even know if that really focused, but wow. When I took off the dust jacket, I was like, okay. She's gorgeous. This next one, Amazon was just really pushing on me. I don't know why every time I opened up my Amazon, this book was always front and center. And then one day it was like 75% off and I was like, okay, God, I'm just gonna buy it. And it is Gothicana by Runix, I think is how you say the author's name. It's like their pen name. And I know this is a dark romance. I think it's a stalker romance. I don't know, I'm not fully sure, but the end papers are gorgeous. Just look at this. Oh, wow. And I mean, we got purple sprayed edges. I'm just a girl. How am I not gonna buy this? But yeah, it looks kind of spooky and I'll probably read it maybe in the fall. I don't know. I just felt like it was time, but I've heard mixed things, so who knows? And I think this is our one and only thriller book, but we've got The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. I adore Gillian Flynn. Gone Girl is one of the best books of all time, but I've also read Sharp Objects and Dark Places, and I just really love her writing. Her thrillers are so engaging, and this one is teeny tiny skinny girl, like one of the smallest books ever, and even the words on the page are big, but it's 61 pages. Like, I just want to read this one afternoon. But I think it was Katie Colson, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think her best books of the year, she mentioned this, and I was like, why the fuck have I not read The Grown Up? I think this little edition is newer, so when I was looking for it, there wasn't a nice little copy to buy, but this was $11, and I think it's a little ghost story, so yeah, I'm really excited. She's so cute and little. And then I got a graphic novel, Woman World by Amandir Diwali. This is a graphic novel of a world without men. I think graphic novels are so fun. They're always a nice little palate cleanser. If I'm reading like a really stressful book and I just want something easy, this is like candy. But I've also seen Whitney from Witty Novels talk about this, and I went on Goodreads, saw her review. I was looking at other people's reviews and it just made me want to pick it up. And then last book before we do the unboxing, but I got Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. It's the second book in a series of a series I haven't started yet. I have read one book by this author. I read Terms and Conditions, and I think I gave this 4 stars. It was just really fun. And I own the first book, Love Redesigned, but this one I just barely got like 2 days ago in the mail, and I know exactly why I got it. And it's because I had to order a baby shower gift for somebody, but it wasn't enough money to have free shipping, and it was like add $8.60 to get free shipping, and this book was exactly $9. It was on some kind of sale. It was $9, and I was like, I'm either gonna pay $6 in shipping or I'm going to get Love Unwritten. So just another series to add on. Why not? I don't have enough already. Unboxing time. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this standing up, but they do have the little pull tabs. Oh my god. Okay, dramatic. I don't even remember how many books are in here, but let's get into it. So this one, I saw somebody on Instagram, I don't know his name, but he was raving about Summer Fridays by Suzanne Rindle. I think he said it was like his best romance of last year, and it's set in summer 1999. So technically it's a historical fiction, which is fucking crazy, but I think it would be fun to read a romance set in this era. The summer right before a new century, iPhones didn't exist and the world was a better place. Then we have The Deep Sky by Yumi Kitase. Oh my god. Sorry, I really don't know that last name, but this is an adult sci-fi. I just read the back and it's pretty crazy. It's the eve of Earth's collapse. One ship carries humanity's last hope. 80 elite individuals who will birth a new generation in space, but halfway to the new planet, a bomb kills 3 crew members. Okay, creepy. Honestly, space is terrifying to me, so that's kind of giving me like space thriller vibes. And I saw Reagan from Peruse Project talk about this, and she really liked it. Got the Reagan seal of approval, and I like a sci-fi sometimes. Even though it scares me, they're still fun. And then we got a Greek mythology as well, Medusa's Sisters by Lauren Baer. I did a reader on Haul It recently where I pulled out Medusa. This is like a young adult kind of illustrated book about Medusa's story. And when I was reading this, I found out Medusa had sisters. Before that, I didn't even know, but they were turned into Gorgons as well. They just, you know, obviously aren't as famous and well known as Medusa. So when I saw this book about her sisters, I was like, oh my god, this is fate. And I just love Greek mythology, but especially when I'm following a female main character in a book written by a woman. It's why Jennifer Saint is one of my favorite authors of all time. This is a new author to me, but I will try any Greek mythology. I don't even care. The very top says, even monsters have families. And then we have Business Casual by B.K. Borison. I did actually start this series. I read the first book in this Love Light series, Love Light Farms, and I gave it either 2 or 3 stars. I can't remember. I think it was 3, but I'm unhauling it because I know I'll never reread it. So maybe I shouldn't have picked up the 4th one. But even though I didn't love the first one, I have the 2nd and the 3rd. I am still interested in continuing. And with interconnected romance series, you cannot like one but like the others. It's different couples every time, so hopefully I'll like this one. And we have 2 Melissa Broders in this haul because I also picked up her other book, Death Valley. So now I think I have her entire collection with all 3 of them. And the little tiny blurb just says, this is a darkly funny novel about grief that becomes a desert survival story. Huh. Sounds creepy, but that cover, perfection. The eyeball, the cactus as a big ass tear, and the bright pink. Literally, how could I say no to this? Stunning. Okay, the title of this next book is absolutely ridiculous. So I know that. I'm letting you know I know that. But Filthy Rich Fae by Geneva Lee. I know this author has another series called Filthy Rich Vampires, and there's like 4 books in that one. I haven't read that. I don't own it. But this one is a new series about fae, and when I went on Goodreads to like see what people were thinking about it, the average rating on there was like 4.6 or something. It was crazy high, and then all of the top reviews were like 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. I don't know. I read the reviews, I read the synopsis, it intrigued me, and I don't know who this author is, author Rachel Van Dyken, but she said, addictive and impossible to put down, my favorite book of the decade. Of the damn decade? We're only in 2025. That is a big claim. And then our very last book of the video is a beautiful edition of Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I love the story of Peter Pan. So this is just like a collector's edition. The back, all children except one grow up. So beautiful. Oh. This is gorgeous. I didn't know that I wanted this until I saw it. And I mean, it is a full novel. It's a classic that I haven't read, so I felt like I would give it a try. I just remember this movie from growing up and everything. I don't even really remember caring that much about Wendy or Peter, but I have always loved Tinkerbell so much. She's so iconic and dramatic. Like sometimes her sassy little moves, they always got me. But also the fact that she literally, if nobody gives her attention and nobody believes in her, she literally dies. That was always so inspirational. I've always loved her for that. But yeah, this is just beyond beautiful. How could I not get it? It was a need, not a want, okay? But that is the last of the books. Now I need to go find homes for all of the new ones I just got. But let me know down below what books you're excited for me to try, especially if there's any in this haul that you've read before and loved, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one very, very soon. Bye!